Good evening. We are here at the Clinton Global Initiatives in New York, and we have guest Sarah Chief from Nigeria, who has been very instrumental in many elements where education, change, and benefiting the beneficiary from a very different model perspective. She has been doing this work for a very long time with her husband, and we are going to be talking on what are the most significant challenges she has faced, as well as the successful turning points in her life. So welcome, guest Sarah.
Thank you.
And as we were talking behind stage, that you said you started the program with your husband. So tell us how you started this and where you are at this point.
My husband started even before me, and he was basically working with the communities of Anam, which is in eastern Nigeria, in Anambra State. And he was trying to help the community with whatever needed to be done, electricity, trying to get water to everyone, scholarships for kids. So 8 years ago, we joined together and decided to formalize what we were doing. And we realized that our approach was wrong, because we would give scholarships and the children would come out of school and they couldn't write properly or read properly. So we decided to come up with a more comprehensive solution. And at the same time, the 8 villages we work with were coming through this sort of period where they all got together and created what is called the Anam Rebirth Committee. And we worked closely with them, and then they gave us land to build a new city for them. So it's a collaboration between us and the communities of the Anam people.
So it is a very hands-on approach by the beneficiary who is involved in the solution and a complete equation of the program that you are trying to build in those cities.
Yes, the beneficiaries are very, very involved. We work with the Anam Rebirth Council committee. We work with the Council of Elders, which is a traditional way to allocate land and all these things. We work with women's groups within the community, all sorts of groups that are already organized. So
what is the main area of your program that you try to benefit? What are the few areas that you see that the beneficiaries are looking for help in that specific region?
I think the specific areas are healthcare provision, getting basic healthcare services, immunization programs, prenatal care, just getting these programs on the ground in the villages where the people are. Education. We would like to change the education system and offer very high quality education. Like I said, put laptops in the hands of little kids, so that we bridge this digital gap that's there between America and the rest of the westernized world and Africa. And also we are building affordable housing to give people an opportunity to own their own homes. But the most important thing we're doing is really to develop the farming industry.
Okay.
And to help farmers to come up with better ways to farm that are not destructive to the environment.
Okay.
And that can also help them prepare for climate change.
Awesome. So the disciplines kind of collaborate.
Yes, they do.
And they intersect in a very, very green environmental and sustainability perspective. One of the questions that intrigued me was the model program that you have involved major institutions and how they have been engaged. So tell us more about how you started the program, in the sense, how did you involve these major institutions to come and witness the program and come with a prototype that the other regions can implement?
It was very interesting. When we began, we kind of asked some universities to help us. We had students coming in from Harvard, Cornell. We had a fellowship program, and they would send students, interns, grad students, post-grad students. And we had our team of urban planners, architects, people that were specialized in green building, collaborate with all these different schools. And the end result was really a beautiful thing, because they came in with all these wonderful ideas that would work in our context.
Okay.
That's how that
So
came about.
now these programs and all these experimentations are online for people to see and witness.
Yes. If you go to anamcity.com, you can literally download basically the prototype of the city. You can take any component of it. The city is built on the concept of a super block.
Okay.
So there's a block, and in that one block there's every utility and service.
Okay.
And you can take that super block and build it anywhere you like.
Okay.
You don't have to build a whole town.
So it's like you have kind of prevented people from reinventing the wheel, basically, not to start from scratch. But
Yes.
those some of the contextual elements could be seen, and that can easily be prototyped in those regions where they share those same elements.
Exactly. Anybody who's sharing the same challenges that we are, we would like to share what we are learning along the way. We're still learning every day. And whatever information we've gathered is open to anybody in Africa and beyond to use.
Tell me, I think this is going to be one of your favorite questions. I hope so. The challenges that you have faced. Any 3 challenges that you can, think of?
Well, the big challenge we faced was the flood. The Cameroonian government opened a big dam. There was no warning, and we were completely flooded for 5 months. And it really set us back, as you can imagine. We were set back at least a year.
Okay.
We lost a lot of equipment, time. It was really a terrible time because we had to switch to disaster relief rather than construction. So that was a tough challenge. But the biggest challenge we faced other than that is energy.
Okay.
We are off-grid. Getting those technologies in to really provide the energy to drive a city, to drive industry, that's a very big challenge in that part of the world. And the last thing is really, finding partners. We have a barrier because every time we tell people it's a Nigerian project, they shut down. They almost immediately have all these preconceived ideas about Nigeria, and this couldn't be farther from the truth.
Okay.
That's what I'd like people to know.
So, what is being done? So, those kind of shutdown or preconceived notions do not come as an obstacle for people like you who are trying to do so much better for a region which is hard to reach for people here in the U.S.
I think people have to understand we are not government-based. We are just a private, foundation working with a community that needs the help, trying to improve their lives. And, we are completely accountable. We don't even use any dollars we get for administration costs. We take care of all our own administration costs. I don't know that there are many charities that can tell you they will use 100% of your dollar for the project. So I think it's just something that with time people will come to realize that this is really something that's being done for the people, and it's really not part of that bad image that Nigeria has.
What is the message that you would like to leave our audience with, that you would like to share that would help what you're doing?
Basically that we need partners. I think anybody who ignores Africa now is making a big mistake. Africa has a very young, enterprising population, and they're not looking for aid or handouts.
Right.
They're really looking for opportunities to really develop themselves. And that's
Self-help.
what really people need to take home with them, is that we just need partnerships for development.
Thank you so much for being part of the CTI.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.